Hey everyone. I want to talk about something important today because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes.
Okay, I'm going to be interjecting as I go. So Zuckerberg went viral today for releasing this. I believe it was today. I seen it today. And he's talking about these systems now, but it seems like he has a whole different tune. He's singing a different tune. Is he a Trumper? Is he a MAGA hatter at this point, y'all? Whoa. So we'll continue as we go. But like I said, I am a prime suspect of being, having my free speech throttled on public, social media networks, whatever you want to call them, right? I guess privately owned, let's be honest. And I'm sure you have too. All of us, right? All of us have somehow been restricted or censored in some way, I will believe, on these platforms. And let's be honest, I've said it before, it's their platforms. We're on their platforms, so we got to abide by their rules. But let's be honest, y'all. Especially during Trump's presidency, his runs for election, they really suppressed our free speech on these platforms. And I'm going to say what I said before in videos. There is no Bill of Rights, digital Bill of Rights for anyone on these social media platforms, y'all. Free speech on these platforms, non-existent. Let's go.
Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people.
Talking about fact checkers.
And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship.
Okay.
The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US.
Let's go.
After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy.
This dude is pointing the finger to, legacy media when I believe he should be held accountable too for what he did. Y'all kind of shift the blame over here, Zuck.
We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. None of us like fact checkers. We all believe they're biased in some way, and we don't like them. Simple as that. He's right about that part.
Especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse.
Okay.
What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far.
I agree.
So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action. The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't.
He's right about that. I've dealt with my fact checkers, with all this kind of stuff, right? It's a plethora of issues on Facebook, and it's like you try to write back to these people. If you have a big account or any account, you go to the back door of it, right? You go to the dashboard and you try to get a hold of Meta or Facebook. It's kind of hard to get a hold of them. They flag you for stuff. I've seen it before where it's not even the correct violation that they're flagging you for. You try to get it fixed or checked. No response. Months later, they respond back. They'll take the violation off. I've actually gotten good at, correcting the fact checkers or getting them off my back. What I would go do is I would email them on every post that they would fact check me on and tell them, hey, this is not correct. Or they'd make me change the caption. Basically, they'd email me back. But there's an actual email that you can email the fact checkers. And I already have it in my email history, their email address. And I can get a hold of these people, y'all. But, man, that's what I always had to do to get them off my case. Because whenever they shot at Trump that one time, I lost my reach and my monetization on my big page on Facebook, y'all. And it was due to that day, me posting like 3 or 4. I think it was for sure one. I jumped the gun on who the guy was. I deleted it. And then later on, they came and gave me a fact check violation for my post that I deleted within a minute or two, right? And they do this all the time. These systems are not perfect, like he said, y'all. And there's no leniency. And you can't get a hold of nobody. It's tough, y'all.
So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content.
Whoa.
The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down. Fourth, we're bringing back civic content.
Whoa.
For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed.
Did
So
they?
we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. As we work to promote...
Oh, damn. Hey, that was a surprising one. Whoa. The implications on that one, y'all, let's be honest. Take them out of Cali, put them in Texas. Man, you already know where this is headed, y'all. I think this dude's going to put a MAGA hat on pretty soon, y'all. Let's be honest. What the hell's going on? Oh, whoa.
free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams.
Okay, so he's saying that, he don't want, them to have that, I guess, that stigma of them living in a certain blue area, right? And that's why they're, against us conservatives, right? But let's be honest, now they're going to say he's in Texas. But I don't care. A win's a win, baby. Bring them to Texas. Or is that a good idea? All right. Eesh.
Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there. Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the US government. And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it. It'll take time to get this right, and these are complex systems. They're never going to be perfect. There's also a lot of illegal stuff that we still need to work very hard to remove. But the bottom line is that after years of having our content moderation work focus primarily on removing content, it is time to focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our systems, and getting back to our roots about giving people voice. I'm looking forward to this next chapter. Stay good out there, and more to come soon.
Hey, I salute him. I'll be honest right here with you, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's a good thing. And not just because I got a big page over there and I do good on Facebook. That's probably my main place that I like to be and to make content for. But he has a change of heart. Now, I know a bunch of you Trumpers, a bunch of you Facebook, vigilantes over there. You don't want to hear nothing about this guy. You can't stand him. And, to be honest, I really ain't got nothing against Zuckerberg. Besides him, limiting our free speech when he did. I mean, he ran his company. Again, I think maybe the guy had a change of heart. Maybe he's thinking differently. I mean, sometimes people are wrong. And sometimes they try to correct that, their mistakes, right? It sounds like he's trying to correct the boat. Now, many people in my Facebook comments are saying they don't trust him. They'll believe him when they see it, and that maybe he has something else going on where, he's changing his mind. Who knows, right? But I'm going to tell you this right now. My final statement on this is it's good. Thank God. About time this dude realized what he was doing to us on these platforms, especially Instagram and Facebook. It was wrong. It was wrong all along. Now, let's be honest, y'all. He's a billionaire, software development guy, with these platforms. He has to police them in a certain way. He does, right? And he has to make decisions for the company that he believes are the best for his company. I mean, it's his company, right? That's just how it works. Let's be honest. But at the same time, y'all, we suffered. A lot of us did. I mean, it was frustrating to get on there, get restricted, shadow banned, censored, demonetized, deactivated, kicked off, banned, every word in the book, right? I'm still there. My big page is still there. I've learned how to roll with the punches. I learned how to, be more careful with how I speak and what I say and what I can't say. I mean, like I said, there's no free speech on the internet, right? Or on social media platforms, to say the least. And I did what I could, like many of us did. Many didn't, though. Many left. Many got banned. And that's just how it works. But this right here is Zuckerberg in his entirety of the video. I haven't really seen it on YouTube, him stating what his new policy changes are, his stance on it, and I think he's coming around, to our side in a way. We seen him drinking a beer with the American flag, riding the wave, or whatever the hell he was doing that one time. I posted it. My people they hated it, but I think this guy right here, maybe there's some hope for the dude. Maybe one day he'll become a Christian. Maybe one day you'll see him rocking a MAGA hat. Either way, y'all, this is a good day for America, I believe. This is a good day for all my patriots, especially on Facebook and Instagram. And I think this is actually going to help a lot of content creators. And I even see some guys on X saying, man, I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to go to Facebook and Instagram, right? The Meta platforms. So with that, let me know what you think in the comments. And I am out of here. Let's go.